we are constantly told who we should be, what we should do, what we should wear, how we should talk, how we should present ourselves, but we are never, ever told who we are. I stopped going to church. But I went ahead and got my master's degree, and through that I was very depressed. That as a people we are so strong, we are so powerful, we have so much light within us, but we don't even realize it. Welcome to Here We Grow. Y'all, I am so excited to be here. Like, this has been a long time coming, okay? I'm not even joking. Like, seriously. Say hey to my mama. Don't be rude. Say hey to her. Hey, girl. She's here with me in spirit, supporting me. My beautiful, beautiful co-host. I'm so excited for her to be here, supporting me spiritually, vibrationally. So, we're here, guys. We made it. So, I just wanted to, introduce Here We Grow to you, to kind of give you a little background and to give you an understanding of what this podcast means to me and the intention behind it. So first of all, Here We Grow was created in 2023. That's when I got the LLC. Initially, it was me and another person who was going to start the podcast. And I was very excited about that because knowing that I had someone that had similar interests and wanted to talk and commune over the same things that I talked and commune with myself about, it was absolutely fascinating. However, shortly after we got the LLC, I just started to realize that we weren't actually on the same page, and I asked for some help, and it just didn't end. It didn't end right. It did not. But I said all of that to say that after that situation happened, I was just very heartbroken. I felt kind of disappointed for the most part, but it took me a year to really process how I feel. So I realized that I'm so used to wanting to bring people along with me with my ideas and to conquer and accomplish my dreams with the people that I care about and the people that I think, care about me. And through that situation, I learned that I am more than enough, honey. More than enough. I didn't need anyone to accompany me in this dream, in this intention that I want to set in the world. So this is what Here We Grow is about, ultimately. It's about taking those moments when you only see disappointment because of your ego, you see anger, you see sadness, you see betrayal, but you realize that you are more than enough. And the things that you go through, they aren't happening to you out of coincidence. They're not happening to make you feel like you're not worthy. It actually is showing you just how strong you are. And through that situation, I just was like, you know what? I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. I'm going to stop feeling fearful. I'm going to stop looking outside of myself to make things happen for me when I have all of this right in the inside. So as you guys see, the title of this episode is When the Lighthouse Discovers the Light Within, the creation of Here We Grow. And so through that separation between me and that individual, I realized that I'm like a lighthouse that has all the light in the world. I can light up everything, right? I can illuminate anything. But I'm turned off because I'm always looking outside of myself, looking for light. Isn't that just fascinating? And it's crazy that as a people we are so strong, we are so powerful, we have so much light within us, but we don't even realize it. So I recognize that the value starts with me. Excuse me. I am the value. And everything else that I give my attention, my energy to, I make it valuable to me, whatever it may be. So I was scared to fail by myself. Doing things like this is not like you just You just get all the audience and you instantly build a community. I'm aware of that. But I also know that this information that I want to share, the information that I want to learn, the community that I want to build is going to be quite different. And it's not going to be understood by everyone. But I just want everyone to realize that we are the light and we are powerful and we are valuable innately through our essence. Nothing outside of ourselves defines that at all. So in 2020, I started my conscious journey. I guess when I realized, when I was on my way, about to start to get my master's degree, I started to feel this feeling of like not satisfied. Like I'm like, okay, I went to school, I got my bachelor's degree, COVID happened, changed my entire world, like it did everyone's world, right? And I had so much time to reflect, and I realized that I like education, just off education, like being educated in general, but I didn't like the system of education. But I went ahead and got my master's degree, and through that I was very depressed. I was going through a lot. We will get into that more specifically, but I started doing yoga and meditation, doing all these different spiritual practices. I stopped going to church, and I realized that there's so many things, so many instances in our lives where we are constantly told who we should be, what we should do, what we should wear, how we should talk, how we should present ourselves, but we are never, ever told who we are. Like, sometimes people are blessed and graced with the experience early on, but most of us, we are not told who we are. And it's a quite frustrating situation, because when you grow up and when you get to these certain milestones, these matrix milestones that we come into, when those things happen, you still feel like you need more, right? Because we're not being told the right information. And at first I was mad at everyone around me. I was mad at how I was raised and all these things, because I'm like, oh my gosh, like how can you not know? And I had to learn that these are also people and individuals who don't know who they are, most of them. And they just have been living their lives the way that they thought was the right way. They have been living their lives the way that they were told to. So I'm here to tell you who we are. Who we are is we're so powerful. We are so full of light. We are love. We are gracious, we are patient, we are kind, we are non-judgmental, we are conscious, and we are intentional. I can just go on and on and on, because that's genuinely how I feel about myself now. And it took me a while to get there, like to really truly know. It took me a while to get there. We are what we are looking for. Everything that we look for outside of ourselves, we are that. And our physical reality is only a manifestation, a materialization of our essence. We are the extension of source energy. We are so powerful, y'all. Like, I can't even, when literally talking to my sister about this and just the vision that I had for this, it's so much bigger than a podcast. Like, it brings so much joy, and it brings so many tears, like happy tears to me, because I know what I want this to be, and I know the intention that I want to bring forth in this world with this podcast. But I'm gonna stop before I just go super, super long. But I just wanted to introduce this podcast and trying to give you guys some ideas of what it would be like. So we will be doing a lot of deconstructing. I have done some deconstructing on my own, but I still am learning, and I am grateful for whoever wants to be a part of this process with me. But the main focus is building community through the recognition and the light within us all. And so initially I wanted this to be specifically geared towards women and girls, younger individuals in general. But I realized that we are just living in such a separatist and divided community, a separatist energy in a divided community, that while yes, it is important for women to understand their power and our power in general, it's also like important for everyone to understand that, because everything is connected. We are all connected to each other, whether we realize it or not. Sorry if you hear out the background, my dog is here and it sits out, so you can't say nothing to him, okay? But everything is so separated energetically, and that's why we're all like confused and just moving unconsciously, and just because we're doing the best that we truly can, honestly. But when you become conscious of what's really going on, you have to be more particular and move with more intention. So, yes, so some of the things that I would be talking about, like deconstructing religion, talking about sexuality, talking about parenthood, talking about abortions and having children, talking about what is family, quantum shifting, leaping, parallel realities, astral projection. So we're going to be all over. But the main focus is learning how to have a higher perspective about the things that we go through in life. So I don't know if some of you may know, my mom passed away in 2023, and that was probably one of the, you know, if you've been through it, you understand it's a very difficult situation, but it definitely catapulted me into this understanding, and to or this understanding to this level of consciousness that I am now. And so I'm so grateful, and it just kind of reiterates the point that I made earlier, that everything happens for a reason. So yeah, life is not happening to us, it's happening for us. And if we learn to truly take things for what they are and not place the negative connotations or the negative explanations on them, we can truly choose consciously and objectively and logically, because our information is the emotions. The emotions are the information for us to make decisions, to try new things, to get ourselves out of fear, right? So I'm just so grateful. So if you made it this far, thank you. This is the type of information that you would like to talk about, information that you would like to just learn about, even if you're not sure. Please like, subscribe, share, do it all. I appreciate it. Once again, thank you for sharing space with me today. I hope that you will join for a brand new episode next week on Here We Grow, where we are growing and evolving one day at a time, one step at a time, one moment at a time. I'm your host, Kiansla Burge. I'll see you next week.